We bring you a summary of happenings around the world in the last 1 week. And this morning, we shall be giving you a sight and sound from particular events. Recently, Nigerian president was at Madrid in Spain, where he met Spain Business Forum, selected Nigerians in Spain, and some other events that held in Spain. We shall be giving you sight and sound from the event. And also, recently, ECOWAS had its summit, the resolution, and what transpired in the summit. We shall be reviewing it on global events this morning. And also, the United Nations spoke on Africa, how we can conquer hunger in Africa. This will be coming your way on global events also this morning. Temitope Abdulkarim is my name.
Nigeria and Spain have enjoyed a very cordial relationship since the 1960s. I have always felt that there are many similarities between the people of both our countries. We are equally warm and passionate. We both love football and dancing. In fact, I'm made to understand that we have 19 Nigerian footballers playing football for various clubs in Spain. And even the Spanish national dish of paella has a lot of similarities with Nigeria's own national dish of jollof rice. The reception we have received since arriving in Madrid has been very welcoming, and I genuinely hope that today's forum will serve as a platform to bring our two nations closer together. As a country, Nigeria is committed to increasing its volume of trade with Spain, even as Spain is currently one of Nigeria's strongest EU trading partners. The majority of our bilateral trade is, however, at present focused on the oil and gas industry, and we would like to strengthen our relationship in other areas. As you know, Nigeria is the largest country on our continent in terms of both population and economy. We can also confidently say that Nigeria is by far the most attractive investment destination in Africa today. I am, of course, a very proud Nigerian, but this assertion is backed by strong economic fundamentals. Nigeria is the largest economy in Africa. We account for over 20% of the continent's GDP. We are in our third decade of unbroken civil rule and peaceful transition of power between democratic players. Although the World Bank has discontinued its rating system, Nigeria has been continually rated as one of the most improved economies in the World Bank Ease of Doing Business Index report. We will become the third largest national market in the world based on headcount by the year 2050. Nigeria also possesses an attractive demographic profile. We are home to an energetic and tech-savvy workforce, over 60% of which is below 25 years of age. Since signing the African Continental Free Trade Area Agreement, Nigeria has also become a gateway to the wider African market. Nigeria is a central point for companies wishing to do business in other parts of Africa. We are attracting and retaining sustainable investments by creating an enabling environment for businesses to thrive. The federal government is addressing critical concerns around infrastructure and security, and creating employment for its youthful population. One of the major objectives of this forum is to garner support from some of the organizations here today for two of Nigeria's most high-impact developmental ambitions: driving strategic and financial investment into real sector transformation, and repositioning Nigeria as a major international supply chain partner to global partners like Spain. Global challenges have negatively affected traditional supply chains, and Nigeria is ready to fill a greater amount of this global demand. Nigeria is leveraging its skilled labor force, strategic location, and production and manufacturing potential to move forward as a key European trading partner. Nigeria is also home to a multitude of investment opportunities in, but not limited to, the following sectors: security, infrastructure, the green economy, and technology. Nigeria is at the beginning of a tech boom, with growing interest in our fintech and ag-tech spaces. These are areas where I can see a lot of scope for collaboration with Spanish firms. Agriculture and food production are other big areas, and I am glad that a major Spanish company is already very active in Nigeria in this space. Nigeria is open for business, and the federal government is ready to partner with and support Spanish businesses wishing to enter into our market. We have begun exploratory talks with the European Union on an investment facilitation agreement, and we are open to direct agreements and partnerships with Spain. I am impressed by the amount of business leaders in attendance today, and I hope that the matchmaking element of this forum is successful and strong strategic alliances are formed. I strongly believe in the friendship and alliance of our two countries, as does His Excellency President Muhammadu Buhari, and I believe our discussions today will prove fruitful. I would like to thank both the Spanish and Nigerian technical staff that have worked tirelessly to put this engagement together. I would also, again, like to express my profound appreciation to the government and the good people of Spain for the excellent reception that has been accorded to us. I thank you, and may God bless both our great nations. Thank you.
The President of the Spanish Chamber of Commerce Executives, I'm delighted to be present here today to honor the invitation of His Majesty, the King Philip VI. I am pleased to have the opportunity to address political and business leaders from both of our great nations. I believe this forum is an excellent platform to establish and strengthen business relationships, share valuable experience, and collaborate for the mutual benefit of our countries. For quite a number of decades, Spain has been one of Nigeria's most important trading partners. It is, for example, a major importer of Nigerian crude oil. Nigeria's exports to Spain stood at $4.8 billion United States dollars in 2020, while Spain's exports to Nigeria increased from $97.2 million United States dollars in 1995 to $517 million United States dollars in 2020. A lot more can be done to increase the volume of trade, and today presents a good opportunity to explore how this can be achieved. It is currently a challenging time for the global economy, but I have always held the strong conviction that there is no crisis without an accompanying opportunity and solution. Increased collaboration with African nations could well be what Europe needs to mitigate against both current and potential future supply chain challenges and improve both our economic opportunities. Historically, the focus has been on Nigeria's oil sector, but Nigeria is home to a wide range of other sectors that hold very great potentials. We are the largest economy in Africa, and our well over 200 million strong consumer market is home to a range of attractive opportunities in sectors such as agriculture, healthcare, light manufacturing, infrastructure development, and technology. Nigeria has a number of other notable mineral resources, including coal, gold, bitumen, iron ore, and uranium. However, our current focus is on adding value to our natural resources prior to exploitation. Since the inception of our administration in 2015, We have concentrated on moving beyond the historical dependence on crude oil for government revenue and foreign exchange inflows. We have successfully driven its diversification and put the economy on the path of sustainable and inclusive growth through an open, rules-based, and market-oriented way of doing business. We are open to widening collaboration with Spain, and in order to encourage private capital inflow, we have put together fiscal investment incentives, which include the following: 3 to 5 years tax holidays for enterprises in what we deem to be pioneer industries, tax-free operations, and no restrictions on expatriate quotas in our free trade zones, capital allowances for agriculture, manufacturing, and engineering, amongst others. Going into partnership with trusted local and foreign partners who have well-established networks and understand the dynamics of the economy and country is one of the identified keys to success in Nigeria. Today provides a platform for Spanish businesses to connect with credible Nigerian partners. I trust that all here present will build relationships that will translate into increased trade and investment flows between Nigeria and Spain. Let me once again thank His Royal Highness and the people of Spain for their warm welcome. Before I conclude, I would also like to use this platform to thank Spain for their recent donation of 4.4 million doses of coronavirus vaccine. This is an example of being your brother's keeper. And in that same spirit of brotherhood, I would like to assure you of our administration's continuous commitment and determination to collaborate on issues of collective concern like security, health, and our shared prosperity. Thank you very much.
For Nigerians here, and I want equally to thank our ambassador for facilitating this great event, because for so many years we've not had this type of opportunity to be with our president, to be visiting us and to be talking to us directly. So this is a great moment, and I thank you, Your Excellency, for the time you have scheduled to come and pay us a visit, because I know you have a lot of things to do in Nigeria, but today you are here with us. So it's a great privilege for me, for those that are living in Spain, that we are hosting our president here. That's why I say that I will thank our ambassador for facilitating the visit.
Always meet with Nigerians in diaspora whenever I travel abroad. Here in Madrid today, I am delighted to be meeting with a cross-section of Nigerians living in Spain. Many of you are here for different reasons, some for a fulfilling career in sports, especially in football, from where you earn respectable incomes to sustain yourselves as well as maintain your extended families in Nigeria, including investments back at home. Some of you are engaged in other businesses that have enhanced your socio-economic status, both here and at home. More importantly, through your commitment to your various callings, you have enhanced the name and image of our country, thereby earning Nigeria's respect in Spain. I have also been informed of how law-avoiding you are here in Spain. I wish to encourage you to continue to be more models for our youth back at home, as well as sustaining the image of being excellent ambassadors of Nigeria in Spain and live peacefully in the various communities in which you reside here in Spain. As I have always done whenever I'm abroad, I wish to reassure all of you in Spain of the determination of the federal government of Nigeria to continue to remain engaged with our compatriots in the diaspora for more purposeful partnership that impact our country and people. It is in the quest for actualizing this objective that I established the Diaspora Commission to give focus to the management of this partnership that leads to a win-win situation for Nigeria at home and abroad. I believe that you are aware of how important your character, conduct, and comportment in your daily activities define your roles as ambassadors and image promoters of Nigeria abroad. Ambassador, you are not the only one ambassador. There are all ambassadors. As you perform this responsibility for Nigeria abroad, I encourage you to embrace purposeful investment back home. Such investment can be financial or through your talents and skills, which can help mold and develop your youth back at home. On the part of the federal government, Nigeria will continue to aggressively protect and defend the interests of all Nigerians abroad, especially the law-abiding compatriots. Despite our numerous challenges at home, such as the containment of terrorist activities and other forms of threats to our national security, as well as the devastating impact of the coronavirus pandemic, our government continues to work assiduously to tackle challenges of infrastructural development, power, water, transportation, housing, etc., with a view to creating the enabling environment for our collective prosperity. Our unity in diversity has always been our strength. I therefore call on all Nigerians, including those of you in diaspora, to join hands with us in building the Nigeria we desperately want. May I also let you know that presently we have started the process leading to our national election in 2023. Our government is working tirelessly to ensure that the Independent National Electoral Commission delivers credible, free, and fair elections and a smooth transition to the next democratic government. This is with a view to concretizing our democracy and being an example to other African countries. Thank you for your attention. Thank you very much.
As in March 2022, this meeting will continue to focus on the political instability in our region with the resurgence of coup d'etat since August 2020, and hopefully find some lasting solutions to this resurgence. In dealing with these unfortunate matters, our objective has always been to find ways to help those countries return to constitutional order. This will allow them to deal better with the security and humanitarian challenges they're facing. In line with our resolute commitment to upholding democratic government and democratic institutions in the ECOWAS space, as enshrined in our protocol on good governance, we've held several meetings on the unfortunate situations in Mali, Guinea, and Burkina Faso. During our last summit, we were briefed on the social, political, and security situations in Mali, Guinea, and Burkina Faso, which informed the decisions we took then. This present summit will re-examine and assess the situation in Mali, Guinea, and Burkina Faso in light of recent developments within the regional and global contexts which affect our countries. I look forward for successful deliberations that will consolidate our joint efforts for the establishment of a peaceful, democratic, and stable West Africa.
The mediator to finalize the negotiation, the discussion with the Malian authorities that will allow the gradual removal of the sanction, the economic and financial sanction that were imposed. So, and also the authority decided that they will really re-examine again this issue, very important point, next month, early next month, in July 3rd, during the ordinary summit. And also, summit noted that despite the effort of the Malian military security forces, which have made a lot of action to gain some ground, the security situation is still very challenging. So the summit called on all the international partners to increase the support to Mali in terms of humanitarian support.
Nutrition, food security, conflicts, climate change, ecosystems and health have been treated as separate issues, but these global challenges are deeply interconnected. Conflict creates hunger. The climate crisis amplifies conflict. Economic insecurity is heightened by the pandemic and by inequalities in resources allocated for recovery. These problems are systemic and they are getting worse. Decades of progress on hunger are being reversed. After improving steadily in all regions between 2000 and 2016, hunger has sharply increased in recent years. Over 281 million Africans, 1 in 5, were undernourished in 2020. 61 million African children are affected by stunting, which can impact their physical and mental health throughout their lives. As always, women and girls are the most affected. When food is short, they are often the last to eat, and the first to be taken out of school and forced into work or marriage. Our humanitarian operations are doing their utmost to help. Just last week, I announced the release of $30 million from the Central Emergency Response Fund to meet urgent food security and nutrition needs in Niger, Mali, Chad, and Burkina Faso, bringing the total funding channeled through SURF in the Sahel to nearly $95 million since the start of the year. But this is a drop in the ocean. Humanitarian aid cannot compete with the systemic drivers of hunger. External shocks are further exacerbating the situation. An uneven recovery from the pandemic has put many developing countries on the brink of debt default. Inequality is enormous in that regard. The war in Ukraine has led to the highest food prices on record, and African countries are among those most heavily impacted, especially when this is coupled with rising energy bills and limited access to finance. I convened the Global Crisis Response Group on Food, Energy and Finance, involving all UN agencies and international financial institutions to provide data and analysis and to propose solutions. And the group immediately recommended that all food export restrictions should be lifted, strategic reserves should be released, and surpluses allocated to the countries in need. It is clear that solving this crisis also requires reintegrating Ukraine's agricultural production and the food and fertilizer production of Russia and Belarus into the world markets despite the war. And I'm continuing to pursue efforts to find common ground on this vital issue for people around the world. Dear friends, building resilience also requires addressing the climate crisis. African farmers are on the front lines of our warming planet, from rising temperatures to droughts and floods. Africa needs a massive boost in technical and financial support to adapt to the impact of the climate emergency and provide renewable electricity across the continent. 50% of climate finance must be allocated to adaptation, and developed countries must finally deliver on their $100 billion climate finance commitment to developing countries. We are also advocating for immediate action from international financial institutions so that developing countries, especially in Africa, can invest in a strong recovery from the pandemic based on renewable energy.
And that's it. So global events on OSBC television this morning. We thank you for watching. Next week is another time on global events. Have a wonderful working day. Good morning.